Conjugate Chronicles, Episode 1. Changed up the name because it's a new training cycle. Start off Monday with a 185 for 9 times 3 with the football bar. I'm moving towards a little bit more of a conjugate style system. I think the volume and the frequency has led to my recent injuries over the years. So I started out with the West Side template when we first started training, and I was healthy. I never had an injury. So I'm going to gravitate back towards that. Here's my GPP day, again on Tuesday. My stone trainer, I hit this 4 days a week. I'm going to up it to 3 plates next week. But it's not your typical West Side split. I actually got it off EliteFitness.com. Joe Chiarello, I think I'm saying his last name right. He actually came up with the system or the program. It's a 12-week cycle. I'm going to run it and see how I go at the end. My next meet's going to be in March 7th, I believe, IPA, out in York, PA. So I was 365 for 5, and I'm still rehabbing my back slowly. So I felt like I had more in the tank there, but I didn't want to push it too bad. Did some box squats afterwards. That's another thing that I'm going to be implementing heavy is some box squats. In the past, I've done these, and it benefited my deadlift greatly. And it feels good on my back. The torque in the bottom of the hole when I free squat puts a little tension on my back. So I'm looking to get away from that and put a lot of stress on the glutes and hamstrings and lower back. Trying to train the hell out of the posterior chain, so we'll see. And it feels good too. I feel like I'm getting popped back off the box, and I was able to handle some heavier loads this past week. Here's some belt squats or belt walks. I have a heavy blue band and an average red band in there, and I just went for time. I went for 3 sets, and they tear you up, your glutes and your hamstrings. I feel a lot in my calves, everything. I think I went for about 1.5 minutes for 3 sets each. I'm going to try to increase that over the next couple weeks. Definitely a good thing to do after your squat or deadlift because I felt great afterwards. Friday's workout is coming up here. It's a bench workout. It called for a heavy triple. Going back to a little bit more raw work here. It's 315 for 3. Thankfully, Kyle was there to give me a nice little pick off, and it felt good. My arch gives me a little irritation, but I'm getting back to it. And then I put the shoulder saver on the bar, and we hit 3 sets of 8 with a close grip. Got to really overload our triceps, and it felt good. That partial range of movement, I'll be getting to that later in the cycle with maybe a max effort work off the shoulder saver too. And Saturday is my heavy squat day. It called for a heavy triple. I've used the safety squat bar because it still feels a little bit more comfortable for me. This is 405 for 3. I was happy with it. I went down to about a 16-inch box, that is. Maybe a little lower than that. But it felt good. I had some knee wraps on too, and the foam on there. I was definitely below parallel, and that's where I'm going to be training at. I had more in the tank too. I know I did, but it's good to leave like that. Once again, I'm still playing it safe. And we did some belt squats afterwards, some kettlebell belt squats, just to add a little bit more volume into the lower legs, and definitely build some, or not build, but keep the tension off the compression in the spine. And this is a great exercise. Definitely challenges me too. The balance and all that definitely plays into it. The next exercise, and we'll finish this out here, is Steve. Steve still, we can't figure out what's wrong now. He's got a groin issue. So this is definitely a challenging thing for him. He has the belt squat banded. He's doing the walks holding a sandbag for time, and he felt good. So we'll check you next week, and subscribe.